Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this podcast, we're going to think and talk about insights from Satan asking permission from Allah until a fixed day in Surah Saad. It's a really important topic because it impacts the concept of Day of Judgment and the hereafter. One of the most intriguing aspects of the entire story of Iblis in Surah Saad is the exchange between Allah and Shaitan after the latter, meaning Shaitan, was cursed and cast out from the heavens. Despite his defiance and disobedience, Satan requested permission from Allah to remain active until the day of judgment. This conversation offers valuable insights into the concept of divine testing and the importance of understanding the consequences of failing these tests. In Surah Saad, verse 78, Allah cursed Satan until the day of recompense, the day of resurrection, the day of judgment. In response, Satan asked for respite until the day the dead are resurrected. In verse 79, Allah granted his request allowing him respite until the appointed time, as mentioned in verses 80 and 81. At first glance, this exchange may appear perplexing as it occurs before the creation of humans and any wrongdoing on their path. Yet, it reveals that the day of judgment was already known and planned among the inhabitants of the heavens, and death was preordained for all creation. This knowledge of an impending day of judgment implies that a divine test was also predestined for all of the creation. Just as Satan faced a test through the appointment of Khalifa, humans too would undergo their own tests to determine their fate on the day of judgment. These tests demonstrate that even without Satan's influence, human nature is predisposed to wrongdoing. The story of Satan illustrates that his own nafs or his inner self led him towards arrogance and disobedience by refusing to accept Allah's appointed Khalifa. Consequently, he faced six severe consequences for his actions. Similarly, humans are tested by their own nafs, which often tempts them away from obedience to Allah's commands. There are some key differences between Satan's test and those of humans. Satan's punishment was swift and severe and immediate because he had directly witnessed Allah's signs and powers but still rejected. On the other hand, humans may not face immediate punishment for their disobedience to the test of Allah, especially the test through the Khalifa, as they have not seen the same direct signs of Allah. They do not have the same direct knowledge of Allah's signs as did Iblis. However, throughout their lives, humans are continuously being exposed to the signs of Allah's power and presence. And in today's day and age, today's society, they have all the knowledge available on their fingertips to understand what is meant by the true test of Allah through the Khalifa, like the test of Allah that was put forward in front of Iblis. Despite the differences in their tests, both Satan and humans are ultimately accountable for their actions on the day of judgment. This day, a reality even before the creation of Adam, serves as a reminder that there is no opportunity for redemption once life ends, once the test ends. Understanding the importance of these divine tests and the consequences of failing them can guide believers towards a life of obedience, humility, and submission to Allah's will. Thank you. We're going to continue these discussions talking about Iblis's intention and the promise that he did to take everyone away from the straight path so that he, along with everyone else who followed him, can go to the hellfire.